Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's episode of the Not Your Average Mark Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the tutorial boss, the podcast chief. Acknowledge me. I'm Guapo. Here with me is the man who showed Triple H this is how you grow a beard. The one and only Mike Caldwell. Mike, what's happening?
Oh man, it's doing the thing.
Well, the thing is the thing to do so far as I know. Well, it's another weekly episode of our show, and we've got a few people joining us today. We've got Jello in the chat, we've got Aaron Marie in the chat, we've got Janine Wade, we got J-Rib, we got Eska. What's up, everybody? I'm glad you could join us tonight. We've also got our TikTok live going on.
Heck yeah.
Like, that's the thing now, which I think I'm going to do the thing like this so that people can see both of us.
There you go.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
So before we get started, I do, of course, need to do some thank yous. Thank you to Ross and the boys from Labor 12 for our intro, outro music. Track's called Head Rush, album's called Monsters. They are this close to releasing a song off their second album. Ooh. You want to hear it? Head over to labor12.com. That's laborxii.com. You can become part of the street team. There's all sorts of stuff you can do on their website. Go check them out. I want to say thank you to Joe and American Legacy for the Not Your Average merch. We have hats, skull caps, beanies. We have new trucker hats coming in.
Oh.
I've just got to go see Joe and pick them up. We've got T-shirts coming up. Like, we got all sorts of good stuff. Thank you to J-Reb's 3D printing because see a little piece of awesome right here. That is a J-Reb original right there. My boy Cameron hooked us up, made us a sign, made us more than one of them actually. So if you have a logo that you want in a light box like this, LED light box, hit up my boy Cameron, jrebs3dprinting.com. Thank you to Blind Ambition Studios for all our graphics, thewrestlingsociety.com for including us in their podcast room, and of course, the one who makes everything happen, the one, the only, the guy, Patrick. Thank you so much for what you do. And what does Patrick do, you might ask?
All kinds of things.
All kinds of things. One of the big things he did was build us a website. If you haven't gone to it yet, www.notyouraverage.com. You can find bios, you can find calendars, you can find merch, all the good stuff. NotYourAverageMark.com. And we have a Discord. For those that are a part of it, you know that we were watching the Royal Rumble on Saturday, watching Raw on Monday, going to watch SmackDown tomorrow night. If you're not a part of it, go to any of our socials and click on the About, and you can find the link for our Discord. It's always a good time. Love doing the watch-alongs and love it when you guys are there to interact with me and watch along with me. So check out our Discord if you haven't already. Now let's get to some wrestling.
Let's do this.
So we start off with SmackDown. Cody Rhodes. No, just not Mike. Cody comes out and he talks about Jacob Fatu, and he doesn't say nice things about Jacob Fatu. And he talks about how Jacob Fatu cost him his match with Drew McIntyre, ergo making Drew McIntyre El Champion.
Okay.
Says, so maybe, possibly, potentially, I'll go after CM Punk. Which brings out Randy Orton. Randy Orton says, Cody, you're my guy. You know, we've been friends a long time. We've been friends so long that we've been friends longer than other people have been friends. But I'm going after the Rumble. I just need you to know I'm going to win the Rumble because I'm chasing number 15. Sorry about your bad luck, but we still boys. Which then brings out Jey Uso. And the main eventer says, I think that's cool that y'all say that. However, I'm going to run it back and win a second Royal Rumble in a row, go to WrestleMania, become champion, and that's what it is. And Sami Zayn says, yeah, about that. He comes out to a huge pop because they're inside. And Sammy's like, I love all of you guys. You were my bestest of friends, but you're all crazy in your head because I am going to be the champion. And if you think you're going to win a Royal Rumble and come beat me for the belt, you're crazy in your head. It was a good opening. I dug it. So they're all out there and they're going back and forth about who's going to win what. And out comes the Vision with Paul Heyman.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't even hear Paul. That crowd in Saudi, so loud.
Well, once he stopped, reset everything, and tried again, they got on the same page with him, and you could actually hear what was saying because they were saying it with him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, something I forgot to mention, new sponsors. SmackDown was brought to you this week by the number 11, which is the number of times that Drew McIntyre has beat Sami Zayn going into the Royal Rumble. Yes. So Nick Aldis does what Nick Aldis does and says, there's 4 of you standing here, and there's 4 of them standing in the ring. Throw down. Let's do it. Main event tonight. 8-man tag. Let's go. And everybody's like, bring it. Let's go. So good job, Nick Aldis. We have our main event set. We go from that to Carmelo Hayes versus Rey Fenix. Absolutely stellar match.
Very much so.
I love the fact that they're continuing the U.S. Open Challenge, and I think they have the belt on the right person to do it because every time Melo has gone out, he ain't missed. See what I did there? Because Melo.
I see that.
Seriously, joking aside, Carmelo Hayes as that champion is killing it, just absolutely killing it.
Very much so.
And this was no different. Him and Rey Fenix put on one hell of a show. The jumping DDT. Let's talk about that for a second.
Okay.
Rey Fenix comes off the top rope. Melo jumps, grabs him, DDTs him, and Rey Fenix sold that like a champ. Like he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. These guys already have good chemistry, and you put the belt on the line. It's all in all a great match.
Oh, absolutely.
This takes us to Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus the Judgment Day. Now, I believe we all know how I feel about Alexa Bliss and her best friend Charlotte. However, this match went about like you thought it would. Charlotte's got the upper hand. There's a third person because Raquel, Rodriguez is part of Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
And she interferes, and then out comes La Primera, and she takes that thread out of the way, and then bam, one Sister Abigail, and lots of cheers later, your winners, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
Yay!
I play it off a little bit. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Oh, but you put those people in the ring, and it's going to be a great showing pretty much every time. And the women's division, the tag division right now is just killing it.
Oh, absolutely it is. And this is just another example of that. And the tag division isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Like they are one of the to me anyway, are one of the biggest draws. Speaking of draws, Axiom versus Johnny Gargano.
This was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And,
cheers, everybody.
Johnny Gargano is the only way I can think of to say it was Johnny Gargano is the second coming of The Miz.
I can go with that.
I
can agree with that.
He is opening anytime he opens his mouth, we have gold that comes out, and at that point he can get beat and it doesn't lose any steam because he turns right around, opens his mouth, and there's all the heat back.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody really, it's, honestly, half of the people that were there for the match aren't even gonna register about the whole fact of who wins and who loses. They're just gonna know how they feel at the end of it and know that Johnny Gargano pissed them off, and they were happy whenever Axiom got the upper hand.
No, I agree. And these two are almost as equally matched as Frazier and Gargano were last week.
Yes.
Like move for move. These guys are just really, really good in the ring. We had lots of spots in this one. And might I add, Axiom has the best Spanish fly in the game.
Really.
Period.
Don't tell Jeb.
Look, Jeb has good Spanish fly. Don't get me wrong. But you put his Spanish fly next to Axiom's Spanish fly, you know, he's a little more polished. He kind of jumps up to the Raptors when he does it. So, you know,
Okay.
I like Jeb's too, though. Don't get it twisted. In the end, Axiom gets the win and gets his mask back.
Yes. That was the beautiful part of this whole situation is Gargano says, yes, I'm going to have the upper hand. He rips the mask off of Axiom. And then he goes over and he's selling the fact that he's got the mask. And he's got that look on his face. And then Axiom puts the other mask on, which is complete contrast of colors, by the way.
Yeah.
But hey, he still hid his identity when doing it. And got the upper hand, took the win, and off to the races.
Yeah, absolutely. And while both members of Fraxium now have beat Johnny Gargano, I don't think this is over. I think that they are a good program.
Well, honestly, considering Johnny Gargano is short a tag team partner,
because his tag team partner is All Elite.
yes. He needs to find himself somebody else to hang out with so that he can have somebody watch his back other than his wife, because that just doesn't seem to work.
Well, she hit him in the head the other day.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? Marriage counseling's marriage counseling, however you put it.
So, because Tommaso Ciampa has made the move to Absolute Excrement Wrestling, who do you think Johnny Gargano should be looking towards as a partner?
I don't know. Depends on how toxic his masculinity is.
God, I hope not. I mean,
really,
I can see it, but
really and truly, I think we should have it. It should be a thing where Johnny Gargano is pitching to everybody, "Hey, you should be my tag team partner," and that should be a thing for a little while until somebody actually comes up and does this.
oh, I have to stop for a second. Looking at the chat on our TikTok live, that panda girl says, "Hello, guapo. What up?" That would be my cousin.
Yeah.
Glad to see you on. Glad to see you joining the show. Welcome. I think this is gonna go places.
Right.
And I think you may be right. We may see that tag team, but God, I hope not.
And Jello over here in the other chat, a belt holder in All Elite.
Look. I am 100% that somebody has hogtied and gagged Tony Khan over the last couple of weeks and took the pencil away from him. Because I will say that the way they brought Tommaso Ciampa into All Elite Wrestling was good. They did a good job of it. And there's no way in hell Tony Khan wrote that. And that's evidenced, which we will talk about later in the show, about how this last week of AEW went. He found a way to lose the gag and the hog tie and took the pencil back. And you can tell.
Yes, absolutely.
So, AJ Styles
Yes.
gave what could have been his last WWE promo. And I thought it was a great promo. Like, this is the kind of promo you want before the Royal Rumble. And you had the AJ chants, and then out comes Gunther, and he talks trash, and AJ gives it right back to him. I mean, it's exactly what you want to hype a match.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If that wasn't a bot show, people would have been buying tickets because of.
Oh yeah. There are those, Dave Meltzer, I'm looking at you, who say that the match was hyped. This was just unneeded, unnecessary. You got as much hype about the match as you're going to get. I know.
Okay.
I know.
We'll work on that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. And Panda Girl, we are doing good. Thank you for asking. This takes us to The Miz versus Ilya Dragunov. I don't think The Miz knew what he was getting into.
You think?
Yeah, a little bit. Great match. And it's Ilya Dragunov and The Miz. There's no way to not have a good match.
Oh, the Miz is gold.
Mhm.
Always has been, always will be. I mean, if you need somebody to get over, you put him in the ring with the Miz.
Yes.
Not saying that Dragunov wasn't over, because he is, but the whole deal of the Miz coming out the week before on SmackDown and costing him the United States title, that's what got this whole thing going to be.
Well, and I'm looking over at the chat, and Janine Wade saying, no gloves, no boots left. He ain't done yet. We're going to get to that. We're going to talk about that here shortly. But with this, I love the look on Miz's face whenever he started chopping Ilya, and Ilya was like, "Ah!" And Miz is like, "Whoa!"
It's like, hey, what the hell's wrong with you?
Like that was good. I enjoyed that. I thought it was funny. Both of these guys, absolute showmen. And in the end, Ilya Dragunov gets the win. He hits the H-bomb, and
yeah,
this match was brutal. Like he beat the hell out of the Miz. But I will say this about the Miz: even though he got his ass whooped, everything he did had a meaning, and that is the genius of the Miz.
Yes. Ilya would get a little squirrely, start going a little fast. Miz would slow him down. And all in all, in-ring technician, been in the game for 20 years now. I mean, he's a staple.
He is. And I think Jello's got it right over here in the chat. It says the Miz sells and Ilya gives him something to sell. So how can you not have a good match at that point? That takes us to our main event. The Vision versus Sami Zayn, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and main event, Jey Uso. See, I knew you were going to do that.
Eat.
You have to get it closer to the camera and show people.
Eat.
There you go. That's better. This is a great setup for the Rumble. You know, you get the opportunity to let each one of the superstars show out. It happens like you know it's going to. One person hits a finisher, then somebody from the other team gets them, and back and forth and back and forth. It was good. And then Drew came out and it got even better. Like this, it went to chaos, which is exactly what you want going into the Royal Rumble. Aaron says TNA. Like I said, we're gonna talk about AJ here shortly. Janine Wade saying, yeet. All in all, this was a good go-home show. Like there wasn't a winner, obviously. But all in all, this was a good go-home show. I'm gonna give it an A. I like it.
I think that we were the winners.
We were, absolutely. It was a great show. Now, before we get into talking about the Royal Rumble 2026, I want to remind everybody, get out there, click all the things, the likes, the subscribes, the hearts, the thumbs up, all the things. Click all the things, all of them. Lets us know what you're looking at, what you like, what you don't like. So make sure you're out there clicking all the things.
Well, talk about our sponsors. The Royal Rumble is sponsored by the number 4, because that's how many matches there were.
Yes, 4 matches in the Royal Rumble. 2 of those matches lasting about an hour apiece.
Yes.
So let's talk about it. We started out with the women's Royal Rumble. Can I just say, so Ruka, baby?
Very, very much a highlight of the Rumble.
Highlight anywhere she goes. She reminds me so much, especially the way she was dressed for the Rumble, reminds me so much of a modern day Lita. And
very much so.
I absolutely love it. Before we get too deep into the individual things in each Rumble, I do want to say this about both the men and the women's Rumble. I've heard a whole lot of people saying this was, you know, they promised us a bunch of surprises, blah, 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 blah. We didn't get this, we didn't get that. Let me tell you what you did get. you got the opportunity to let new talent shine. Yes, it was not new talent that won the Rumble, but new talent's got to earn that.
Mhm.
So, but you got the opportunity to see Sol Ruka shine. You got to see
Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace, Kiana James. I forgot her name.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah,
There was 30 of them,
there was
believe it or not.
what we got. Jello saying, why is she not on the main roster? I don't know. I don't know. They're waiting to bring somebody up to take her spot in NXT, but Sol Ruka's doing side quests in NXT right now.
Mhm.
So that, and you don't want to oversaturate the women's division because then you've got people who aren't doing anything.
Right. And then we did have one legend in the women's Royal Rumble.
We absolutely
Actually,
did.
we had two, but one has been seen here recently, and the other one hadn't. That would be Brie Bella.
Yes, Brie Bella returns. We have Twin Magic once again. Place went nuts,
Mm-hmm.
and I dig it.
Oh yeah.
The stop me if I'm wrong here, but the kicks that she was doing looked awfully familiar. Kiana James. Let's talk about Kiana James for a second. She is an absolute powerhouse, and everybody kind of sleeps on that until you see her pick up and Samoan drop Nia Jax.
It's like, where the hell did you come from?
Yep. And probably my favorite part of it, Angelo's correct, Lash Legend. Lash is one of the ones that
Lash did show out a lot.
Lash did big things. And this is why I say the Rumble, I feel like this year was used to showcase new talent and give them that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But one of my favorite things was having Charlotte Flair be number one and Alexa Bliss be number two. Like the way they got in the ring and started at each other and went, and then the other one, and then back and forth like that.
Oh yeah,
I loved it. That was the best way to start the Women's Rumble, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. It was something where it got the people's hopes up,
mm-hmm.
And the whole deal where Charlotte went to go catch Alexa so she didn't fall off the apron.
Oh no!
And the look that the two exchanged. That
we're going to hear about that tomorrow.
That picture told so much.
Oh yeah, just the facial expressions alone. Like they told the entire story with facial expressions. And well, not the entire story, because I feel like there's a couple of young ladies who may be going to get a little catty with each other tomorrow night on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Which we'll be doing live with the watch along in our Discord, should you be interested in seeing.
Much.
Winner,
chicken dinner. After it was all said and done, Liv Morgan walks away with the victory.
People kind of sleep on Liv. Granted, Jello had it figured out that it was going to be Liv, and there was a whole lot of people who said Liv's going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was going for somebody who decided not to show up, Bianca Belair.
Same.
Because I thought that would be cool. But you can't sleep on Liv Morgan. Like, she's on a mission, and she does things well. Not phrasing. I said sleep on, not sleep. Never mind. I'm not even getting into it. I'm not even getting into it. I'm not even going to start.
Guy. Easy.
Not even going to do it. But it really was good to see Liv win, and win it with taking Tiffany Stratton, hitting the Oblivion off the ring apron to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
So all in all, I dug it. Sol Ruka, as a matter of fact, I keep talking about Sol Ruka. One of the last three in the Rumble, it was her, Liv, and Tiffany Stratton. I guess not at the Rumble, it ain't.
That freaking was Soul Snatcher, double Soul Snatcher to both of those.
So good.
Oh my God,
that may be the coolest move in wrestling right now. If you have not seen it, I suggest after the show you go to YouTube, you look up Soul Ruka Soul Snatcher. It is it's like a backflip into a cutter. It's so cool. It's like
It's
an
actually a
inverted cutter.
forward flip. It's a springboard forward flip into a cutter.
It's pretty damn cool, whatever it is. But yeah, I dig the Soul Snatcher. But congrats to Liv Morgan for being the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble winner.
She's had quite the luck in Saudi.
She has, because she was the first ever. I forget what that one was. The biggest, gaudiest belt I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But she was the first one to win it. What was that one?
The Crown Jewel championship.
Crown Jewel. That's what it was. Thank you. I couldn't remember. I kept wanting to say King and Queen, and I'm like, no, that's not it.
Nope.
So that takes us to AJ versus Gunther. This was a great showcase of who AJ Styles is, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The heart, the determination, the fight, the leave it all in the ring mentality. That's exactly what we saw in this match.
Yes.
And in the end, Gunther got the win. AJ put him over.
Mm-hmm.
And kudos to AJ for that. That is a class act.
Absolutely. And I've heard some argument about the whole thing with the fact that Gunther's sleeper is so anticlimactic.
Not in this one.
And they're getting this move over.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much they can get it to where if Gunther gets you in the middle of the ring and locks you into that, we know that it's going to be over.
Jello in the chat saying we all called this. And we did. We all called it. However, did you not tell whoever that was that they should be watching the Not Your Average Mark Wrestling podcast?
That's a customer.
Oh. Well, they should be watching the Not Your Average Mark Wrestling podcast. We did all call this. We all felt that AJ was going to lose this match, but there were a couple of things that have a lot of people talking regarding this. The fact that he almost put the gloves down and then put them back on, hit the Bullet Club.
Yeah. He said in an interview with Stephanie McMahon after the fact, she asked him why. And he goes, I don't know. I just did it.
Because those are my gloves.
And he said that he never say never. He may want to have whenever if his son decides to end up being a wrestler, he may want to be a tag team with his son,
which would be cool.
So that was his explanation for the whole not leaving the gloves on the ground.
Well, and I don't think he's done anyway. I feel that he is on his way to probably TNA. I think he's going to take a little bit of a break first, hang out with his family. And then he's on his way to TNA, the house that AJ Styles built.
Well,
and maybe a stop in, what is it, IGWP, IWGP?
New Japan.
Well, I don't know if he'll do New Japan.
New Japan is IWGP.
Okay, well then New Japan. I feel like we'll get him there. And then I feel like we get him back into WWE come Hall of Fame and Mania.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think we got going.
Very much.
Valid question. Aaron Marie asking in the chat. Bree coming back. Does that mean we get Daniel coming back? I've heard I'm not gonna lie. I've heard me personally. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I have heard rumors, credible source rumors, saying that there is conversations. There's nothing saying he is coming back, anything like that, but there have been conversations. Now, were those conversations between him and Bree? Were those conversations between him and Trips? I don't know who those conversations were with, but I've been reading that there have been conversations.
Well, who knows? And if we go and we read the spoilers on the dirt sheets all the time, then nothing's ever a surprise, and we can't ever get at our feels for something for the moment.
True. Jello chiming in with a very, very all caps. No. Oh, missed a no. I don't know. I don't think there's really any need for Daniel Bryan to come back, or Brian Danielson, whatever you want to call him. That guy, Bree's husband, I don't think there's any need really for him to come back. I think he's got his own thing going on with
With the
AEW, with the Clown Show. See? Look at you with the hookups. Janine Wade, I have friends in New Japan. Wonder if they would know.
well, Mr. Talos can just do his thing right now.
Well, I will say that, and I think I said this last week on the podcast, I really feel like we have been seeing AJ Styles' farewell tour
The whole time.
for the last year,
Mm-hmm.
because he had the final match at New Japan.
It was actually Noah, but
Was it Noah?
Yeah.
Final match in Japan.
yes.
He had the love letter with John Cena.
Mhm.
Like, he's been going through matches that would, to me, be the definition of a retirement tour.
Him and Finn went at it.
Him and Finn. Yep. Oh, Finn. Janine says, Mike, be nice.
Maybe I don't want it.
Do I need to set up a match here?
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to do. Look, wait, see, wait, why? That didn't need to happen. Gunther did go over in this one, and it did make him like, I mean, you've got Randy Orton, who is the legend killer, and you've got Gunther now, who is the career killer. So, and as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure like 2 or 3 days before Mania, WWE copyright licenses for the name, the career killer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep. So, you want to talk championship match?
let's talk championship match. Sami Zayn
Yes.
versus Drew McIntyre.
Drew.
Maybe you should main event in March. Mike versus me. See?
I'm retired. I'm done.
He said, I'm retired. By the way, in response to why Jericho was not at the Rumble, it was reported he is still under contract to the Clown Show. I mean, it was a good way to get people talking.
Yeah.
Throwing that out there. I don't know if he did that or how it went, but it was a good way to get people talking.
Very much so.
So Sammy versus Drew. This one did not at all, even a little tiny piece of a part of a bit, happen the way I thought it was going to. This one was brutal. Absolutely. And I want your opinion. And chat, I want your opinion as well. I feel like Sammy got hurt. I feel like they improvised on the fly because Sammy got hurt.
Okay.
I think Sammy hurt his back early in the match.
Well,
Be interested to know what you guys think about that.
well, whether he was or whether he wasn't, he still put on a hell of a show.
Oh, he did, absolutely. And I enjoyed every bit of this match. Like I said, it didn't end the way I thought it was going to. 100% went into this thinking, Sammy in Saudi, on the way to WrestleMania, this has got to be his time. This is the perfect setup for Sami Zayn to get his first victory over Drew McIntyre
Mm-hmm.
and his first championship, his big championship, first time at the big belt. in that place.
Very much so.
But no, as Jello says, but he was always going to lose, which unfortunately is correct. That takes us to the men's Royal Rumble. Obafemi. Do I need to say anything else?
Yes.
Like, this dude just marched in there and eliminated 5 people,
Including Braun Breaker.
including Braun Breaker, which leads to the question, who was that masked man? And oh, the answers I have heard.
I've heard Jake Paul.
I've heard that one.
I've heard Seth Rollins.
I've heard that one.
I've heard Adam Pearce.
I laughed at that one.
I've heard Logan Paul.
I kind of think that's the one.
And I mean, the list could go on and on and on.
I think it was Logan Paul. Like, people have looked at me like I was crazy when I said that, but I think it was Logan Paul. Seraph in the chat on TikTok Live says Logan Paul is my guess. Who's your guess?
I'm thinking Logan because, I thought it was Seth to begin with because it happened so fast. But then I looked and saw how tall this guy was. And who fits that build?
From the way the shoulders were to
he was not necessarily muscle bound, but he wasn't like scrawny either. But it was a I don't know how to explain it. You could tell that it wasn't an Austin Theory because Austin Theory is way more broader in the shoulders.
let's see what we got here. Jello said Austin Theory. Janine says, I've heard rumors Jake's coming to WWE. Yeah, he's still nursing a broken jaw, though. Which, granted, he didn't have to talk and he didn't take no shots to the face. So, I mean, it's a possibility. J Reb saying Joe Hendry. But you didn't hear me.
I think Joe Hendry might be a little broader in the shoulders than what was necessary for that. And it was somebody who can move in a set of loafers.
I heard somebody, and I kind of laughed about it. I heard somebody say it was Tez. And I'm like, did you look at the mask when it came out? It's
what?
It was not, without giving a reason, it was not Tez.
No.
It was not Tez.
No, it wasn't Tez.
I thought that was cool. And I think that threw everybody off. I think that there was a whole lot of people that thought Braun Breaker was winning the Royal Rumble. And he was the very first elimination.
Yeah. And by the time he got in, the bell rang and he was out. It was 3 seconds.
And he was 9-9.
He was maddish, though.
You ain't gonna tell me. I already know. Talking about Obafemi, having that moment where he and Brock get face to face. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, that was exactly what I would want to. Okay, I've got to talk about a moment, and it was one of the things in the men's Royal Rumble that popped me. You look on your left, and you have Javon Evans.
I know exactly what you're talking
about. You look in the center, you got Trick Williams. You look on the right, you got Obafemi.
Yep.
It is all 3 evolutions of that Pokemon.
I was going to say it was a snapshot from NXT because they all stood in the ring in the somewhat same fashion. Wasn't going to go the Pokemon route, but I'll go with that.
But I mean, they all have the same. They all have the dreadlocks. They all got the facial hair in the same spots. It's just small, medium, large.
I dig it.
And speaking of large, we got not 1, but 2 Grande Americanos.
Trips. Let me look right at the camera. Trips. Look at me right here. because I know you're watching, because why wouldn't Trips be watching? I know you look at me right here. Finn Balor couldn't be in there because we needed 2 Grande Americanos. Really? Really? Come on now.
It was entertaining to say the least. And oh my god, original Grande Americano comes out and he looks like he ate the rest of the freaking roster.
Gable Grande Americano. Like, dude is ripped.
I mean, he was big before, but I think he went out to nurse that injury and he lived in the gym.
That dude has got muscle in places that people don't have places. Like,
I agree.
I mean, he is jacked. Like, it's reminiscent of when Triple H came back after the first quad injury.
Mm-hmm.
When he came back and he was just a big old bear of a dude.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Yeah. I really hope that the Grande Americano thing is a little short termed. We get the masks
pulled to be short term.
We get the masks pulled off of all of them. They go back to being who they really are, and we get a good run with Chad Gable as this beast that he is.
Like, I would love that. I'm here for it.
But speaking of beasts,
ah, yes, the beast incarnate.
No,
not that beast.
Not that beast. The former powerhouse Hobbs.
Ah, yes, Royce Keys. Piece of trivia for you. Do you know where his name came from?
Yes.
Good. Let's tell the nice people at home where his name came from.
Royce is his son's name.
Middle name.
And Keys is his mama's maiden name.
Mm-hmm. Normally, I don't dig it. Normally, I'm like, okay, Royce Keys, really? But giving that personal touch to it, I like it.
Yeah. But
that guy poops muscle. I like it.
Please, I love Mike's idea.
No, having Royce Keys debut was cool. What's even cooler was seeing him get toe-to-toe with big Bronson Reed, because I don't think Bronson Reed knew what to think about it when there was somebody in the ring he couldn't just bowl over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was nice to see. And I see that becoming a thing. I see those two going at it for a while. So
it'd be fun.
Okay.
Jey Uso comes out.
In fact, he does. And he eats.
He does the whole entrance. Does the whole entrance, gets in the ring, and then he tries to run it back. Does the run it back thing, and before the whole run it back thing is over, we get Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Roman comes out, stares at Jey Uso right dead in the face, tells him, run it back.
We'll run it back. Jay does the turn to do the walk. Roman does a turn all the way around and
punches him right in the damn face.
Now, let's talk about that for just a moment. Mr. Roman Reigns, the OTC tribal chief. A lot of people in the internet wrestling community going, why? Why did you bring Roman Reigns in? Why? What do you need him for? All the talent on the roster. Why you got to bring him back out of his I'm off to win a Royal Rumble?
One word. Cinema.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Roman Reigns has an aura about him that nobody else in this business has at this moment in time.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
He sweats main event.
Mm-hmm.
He sweats money, and he sweats tickets.
Saying you said the first thing, and I was picturing Roman Reigns and little Jey Uso's coming down his face.
Stop it. But honestly, Roman Reigns has an it factor that nobody else has on the roster.
I have to stop you there because J-Rev ain't wrong. It's not one word. It's two words. Contractual obligation. Well played, Cameron. Well played. And that is correct. Paul Heyman did come out with two people, Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar. Is this the implosion of the Vision? No, it's not the implosion of the Vision. That'll be after Mania.
I think there's some story to be told on that whole situation, and I think that's maybe one of the reasons why we had what we had at Raw.
Which we'll talk about in a moment.
Yeah. Now, another thing that we have not mentioned yet about the Men's Royal Rumble, that would be L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, LA Knight makes his return. I had him picked to win the Rumble. Personally.
I did too.
However, that was not the case.
You talked me into that. I actually told you Roman was going to win the Rumble, and you said no, and you gave me this whole entire story, and I believed it.
It was because my story was believable, and Trips forgot to call me. That's what it was. Trips forgot to call me. Like, you know, I would have told him the whole story, but he didn't call me. And so, Trips, that one's on you, bro.
Oh. Now we got it where it's going.
We do, in fact, have it where it's going. All in all, I dug the Rumble. As much as people want to downplay it and talk all the trash about it, solid B for me. I dug it.
Okay. I can see your B.
And yes, I have missed a lot of the chat on the TikTok live here, but apparently Seraph and Darkside Link having a conversation. A good one, I hope. That takes us to Raw. Monday Night Raw, and what an opening. Opening with Braun Breaker being oh so very upset. Absolute genius. Because he took a page right out of Uncle Scott's book.
Oh, yeah.
Flipped the table, yelled and screamed, pushed people around, said, screw this company. Like, that was homage to Scott Steiner.
Oh, it was beautifully done, too.
Yes.
Would you want to be one of the security guys that's out there and going,
hell no.
Going, hey, can you calm down just a little bit?
I would Nick Aldis the hell out of that. I'd be 20 yards that way going, hey, stop that.
Just remember that for the future.
Yes.
The microphone is a weapon.
Yes, it is.
And that doesn't mean hit people with it.
Yes, you did win our gentleman's bet, Jello. We had a little side action going on who's going to win the Rumble.
Oh, okay.
Jello won. To say that he was perturbed is a slight understatement. The man was pissed and called out Adam Pearce. Mm-hmm. And Paul Heyman's like, stop it. What are you doing? Stop it. Keep in mind, they're in Philly, by the way. And Adam Pearce comes out and goes, aren't you embarrassed? Like, aren't you upset a little bit? Which obviously he was a little bit upset. That you're throwing a fit over number two. That's all. You drew the number. That's on you. You drew the number 2. That's your problem. That's a Braun problem, not an Adam problem. And I only deal with Adam problems. That was not an Adam problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Masked Man.
Yes. Masked Man.
Which I do have to say that Paul Heyman made a point that is, it's true. Adam Pearce has to pay for everybody's visa to go over there. So to say that he doesn't know who it was, that is kind of hard to believe.
Well, what that says is it's somebody on the current roster. Logan Paul.
All in all, great opening. I liked it. I thought it was great. We go from that into Javon Evans versus El Grande Americano.
Which one?
We'll get to that. We will call him Gos Americano, because it's Ludwig Kaiser,
Yeah.
So Gus is Gos. That's how you say it.
Ghost.
Gos is German for big or large, which grande.
Yeah.
So Ghost Americano got to show off his lucha skills, and we got to showcase the fact that that boy bouncy.
He bouncy everywhere.
Every time Javon Evans gets in the ring, he surprises me more and more and more. And I'm here for it. I think he is going to be an absolute superstar. I know you're not supposed to use that word, but I'm going to use it anyway.
Indeed.
Indeed. Don't win. You don't went tie on me. Indeed. So it looked like Javon Evans was down and out until Grande Americano came out. And the distraction was enough for Javon Evans to hit the OG cutter, and 1, 2, 3, the winner of the match, Javon Evans.
Mm-hmm.
Grande Americano not happy. Well, one of the Grande Americanos not happy about that. The original Grande Americano said, "Gracias."
Yes, very much so. So, I go into the next segment. I got a question for you.
Well, before we go into the next segment, we got to look over here. Janine says Guapo's had enough with the guerrilla militia. He don't want none of Breaker. Sister, you ain't never lied. I want 0 parts of Braun Breaker. Had a kid to tend to, so I missed a few minutes. That's okay, as long as you came back. Jello is saying he bouncy on offense and bouncy when he sells. That boy sells like he's been doing this a while.
Okay.
Now, ask me your question.
You brought up a point
Oh.
with the deal. So
I do that sometimes.
I'll get to my question here in just a second. But the boy is barely 21.
Yes.
Okay. He has 3 WrestleManias.
Yes.
3 WrestleManias to beat Randy Orton's youngest world championship record.
So right. And just to add to that, another piece of trivia, debuted in a dark match on AEW. And his thoughts were WWE is not going to want me because I'm 17. And so I'm going to go wherever I can go. And went to AEW and then was invited to the Performance Center. And one thing leads to another until he's on the main roster now. Talk about a success story.
Sounds like Cody or a Punk had to have seen this guy.
I'm thinking that's the case.
But back to my initial question.
What is your question? Question me.
How do you troll an entire city and a whole bunch of motherfuckers watching at home?
Oh, pick me. I know.
Go ahead.
You come out to AJ Styles music and not be AJ Styles.
Yes. Indeed.
You be Gunther and get booed out of the freaking building.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, the heat on Gunther right now. You thought it was bad when Cena tapped? That next Raw after Cena was done? Absolutely nuclear heat for Gunther.
Yes.
And he came out to AJ Styles music and did the thing.
Yeah. He tried to ham it up as much as he possibly could. And Dragon Lee, out of nowhere, runs out and kicks this fool in the face.
Yeah, he was an unhappy young man because AJ Styles was his tag team partner. They were tag team champions together, and more than tag team partners, they're friends.
Mm-hmm. Gunther wouldn't know what friends are.
No. We got Reese jumped from TikTok to Facebook to join us. Well, welcome into the big screen because I'm doing the TikTok live on my phone.
Yes, very much so. So Dragon Lee got the upper hand
For a minute.
But what his biggest mistake is he forgot that Gunther plays dirty.
He forgot that Gunther is Gunther.
And cracked him with the ring bell.
Mm-hmm. Ugly, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, when he was swinging for the fences.
Fail. Super fail.
Yes. It was bad. And then he brings him up to the ropes. puts him in a sleeper. Gunther on one side of the rope, inside of the ropes, Dragon Lee on the outside of the ropes.
But how long do you think that was?
That was probably, I bet, every bit of 20, 25 seconds that he was struggling, trying to, and then he was dead.
Yeah.
Like, dead.
Okay. Just
I know where you're going with it. We're going to talk about it. Please believe we're going to talk about it.
okay.
But yeah, I mean, hung him out to dry. Like, he was hung out literally because he like went dead weight. And it was hard to watch. And then we find out we're going to have a match, a tag team match with the War Raiders. But that's not what we had. We didn't have a tag team match with the War Raiders.
We had a beatdown.
We had Obafemi
Single-handed beatdown.
come out, pick up Ivar, and throw him. Let that sink in for a minute. He picked up Ivar and threw him.
Like a lawn dart.
Yes.
360-pound man.
Picked him up and threw him.
And then Eric, who is not a little guy. I've been face to face with him.
He's not a little person.
He's one of the few people I got to do this to. So he gets that last ride Powerbomb.
Mm-hmm. Can't call it that.
But that's exactly
what it was. Yeah.
He doesn't go just up and down. He said he extended those arms.
And even Taker's sitting at home going, damn.
Absolutely. So, yeah.
We have a question from the guy. Is it any different than Cena picking up Big Show back in the day? It's one of those moments. It's Hogan picking up Andre. It's Cena picking up Big Show. It's Oba picking up Eric. I mean,
it's Ryback picking up three guys at the same time.
Yeah, it's one of those moments. So it's not that it's any different. It's a moment, a big moment.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at the checklist of how to get somebody over. 1, have him eliminate the guy that you've had chasing the world title.
Mm-hmm.
2, have him go toe-to-toe with the guy that's been the guy for domination of the WWE since 2002. Brock Lesnar. 3, go out and throw around 300-plus pound guys.
The biggest tag team on the roster.
And former world tag team champions.
Absolutely.
And beat them like they stole something.
Yes, and Jade picking up Nia. And Kiana James picking up Nia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to move the puzzle piece. Okay, we can stay live now because I can put a puzzle piece where the puzzle piece is missing.
Oh, it's just making sure you're okay.
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. So we get through that. We have the Bella Twins. Twin Magic is back in the middle of the ring.
They said they're the original tag team of this division.
They are. They're the original tag team division, and they're coming after the belts. Very short segment. But did you notice Bree said, "Are you ready for us to take those belts?" and started doing this? Immediately hit their music. Like they didn't let the yes chance happen at all. Immediately hit their music. Said, "Time to go. Stop that."
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny. They're like, okay, you did the kicks. You cannot do the... No, stop that.
Very much so.
So there's a match that's made.
Yeah.
And the way this match was made is the reason that Raw was brought to you this week by the letters FAFO. Because Paul Heyman goes over to Adam Pearce and gets right here. Adam Pearce is like, Paul Heyman says, you're going to make a match. Braun Breaker versus LA Knight. Pearce says,
no, I'm not.
He says, I can't do that. He says, you're the GM. You can do anything you want to. Remember that. He's the GM. He can do anything he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I can't do that because I've escorted him from the building. He interrupted my show. And whether I like him or I don't, you can't interrupt my show. And he said, what I do suggest is that you get Braun Breaker out of the building and tell Bronson Reed to get ready because he's got a match with Penta. And Paul Heyman looks that man in the face and says, do you know who you're talking to? And in what city? Keep in mind they're in Philly, by the way. One and only time the whole show, I heard an EC Dub chant.
Mm-hmm.
And normally when they're in Philly, especially if Paul's there, it's EC Dub all night.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of surprised at the lack of ECW chants, but we did get one there.
Well, right now, Paul is getting legitimate heat. So
he is that. And the response from Adam Pearce was F-A-F-O. And I am happy to see where this goes. I really, really am. So the match that was created, of course, was Penta versus Bronson Reed. And Bronson Reed beat the hell out of that masked man for about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
However, Bronson Reed can overcome a lot of things. One of the things he cannot overcome is LA Knight in the BFT outside the ring.
While the referee was down.
Yeah, while the referee wasn't looking. And so Bronson Reed's getting up and he's trying. The referee, 1, 2, referee gets 6, 7. And Paul Heyman's like, whoa, wait, what do we can't do? What are you doing? He's trying to talk him out of it. And he says 9, and Bronson Reed goes for it, falls flat on his face. 10, ding, ding, ding. You're winner by count out. Penta.
I'm really glad that they did that the way they did it, because you don't see very many count out victories anymore.
No, you don't. And I thought it was cool that we got the opportunity to see that.
Mm-hmm.
That brings us to Dirty Dom. Shows up. What?
Glorious mustache.
I mean, he had a decent mustache. I'm not going to lie. But he also has a girlfriend.
Yes, he does.
His name happens to be Liv Morgan, who he introduced. He's like, the only reason I would come to a city like Philly is to introduce you to my güerita and the winner of the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble, Liv Morgan. Brings Liv out, and Liv's like, you know what? I think the crowd started chanting, you deserve it. She's like, I know. And says, I don't know which champion I'm going for. I could go for Stephanie Vaquer, but I'm going to be on SmackDown this Friday. See what's going on over there. I may go after Jade Carter. I don't know. I don't know who I'm going to. But what I do know is that my sister has a match tonight that she's going to win. Everybody make noise for Raquel Rodriguez. And Raquel shows up and says, man, I'm excited. I'm so happy that we get to celebrate that you won the Royal Rumble. But question. Why did you eliminate me? And Liv's like, no. Wasn't like that. No, you've already got a title shot. Now I have a title shot. We both have title shots. And a win by one is a win for the Judgment Day. And she's like, you're right. And when I win tonight, I need you to stay in the back because I'm going to win by myself. And Liv's like, bet. And got out of the ring, and here comes Stephanie Vaquer with new music, I might add. I don't know if you noticed that.
I like the effect of no music sometimes.
No, she had music. It was new music. It wasn't her original song, which I think it was called Bury Me was her original song, original music. This Raw was the first time they were using her new music. And it didn't have the same feel, and I'm not sure I liked it. Go back and watch it. You'll see. What I did like was the way they presented her, though. Like, she was down low and she stood tall, and the camera followed and got in just the right spot where when the horns that she wears, that comes out on the Tron, it looked like they were attached to her head when it came off the Tron. It looked cool. Like, I dug it. I'm all for what the cameramen are doing and the effects that they're making happen. J-Rab, I'm waiting for Breaker versus Pierce match. Me too. I think old Pierce could take him. You had to watch the rest of that. Said, and I quote, I think old Pierce could take him.
No, I was too busy going, oh my God, did he just say that?
Interwebs dropped for a second. Did you try telling it to stop that?
Immediately or
immediately, if not sooner. Getting back to this, we get the Philadelphia street fight for the women's world title. Stephanie Vaquer, your champion, versus Raquel Rodriguez. And holy hell, what a match.
they beat the out of each other.
They absolutely did. Stephanie Vaquer comes to the ring ready to fight, and fight they did. What do we have? We had tables. We had a multitude of chairs. We had
Kendo sticks.
the ring stairs. I mean, you name it, it was in this match.
Mm-hmm.
And it was ugly. There were a couple of spots that didn't go quite as planned, but they did a good job of covering it.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I do love about Stephanie Vaquer is we know that she's got a bad ankle.
Mm-hmm.
And every time something happens, she sold the ankle. Not just after it happened, but throughout she sold the ankle. And I always throw kudos out for that. This whole match was great. In the end, after what was a grueling, devil's kisses everywhere. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
We had devil's kiss in the ring. We had a devil's kiss on the
Stairs.
Like, I mean, we was just devil kissing everywhere. Well, I'm never said it.
Yeah.
Let me leave that alone. Stephanie Vaquer comes out on top, still your women's champion, and what an awesome match that went into what was maybe the most fire promo I have heard in a very long time. That being one OTC Roman Reigns and one is the undisputed world champion.
Mm-hmm.
World champion CM Punk. They had the back and forth. CM Punk came out swinging.
Mm-hmm.
Like Roman Reigns is like, you interrupted me to talk to Finn Balor, because early in the night, Finn Balor had put out a thing that says, I don't think I'm a bad guy. But you put me in a spot where I'm going to do bad things.
Mm-hmm.
And CM Punk's like, you want to do things? Me and you, we're going to make that happen. Because I guarantee you, I'm going to do some bad things. So Roman Reigns is like.
And the look and Roman, this is the cinema part that I was talking about. Because Punk is like fourth wall up there in the camera like this. And Roman is in the background going, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. He was like trying to, because he had a pretty good thing going. Like he was like, I won my first title here. And the last time I lost my title was here. And I won my first Royal Rumble here. So it just kind of makes sense that the day after Royal Rumble, the city I'm in is Philadelphia. So I thought, who better to help me decide who to go against than Philadelphia? Now, I could go after Drew McIntyre and the crowd went boo. Crowd was not impressed and started chanting CM Punk. And he's like, so let me get this straight. You think I should go for CM Punk? And the place goes nuts, which brings out CM Punk and starts this whole conversation. And so, like we said, Roman Reigns is like, did you get in your head or something? You come out here and interrupt me to talk to Finn Balor? And CM Punk,
you in my show.
Boom, he says, I interrupted you? That's funny, seeing as how you're a guest on my show. Whoa! Shots fired. And they go, Roman calls him Phil. CM Punk talks about the Shield. Like, they were throwing some stuff in there now. And they go back and forth about, I brought you here. Roman Reigns says, I'm the one, after you left for 10 years, and said, yeah, go ahead and let him come back. I'm the one that did that. And then you steal my wise man, you steal my belt. And Punk's like, I know you were the champion for 443 days or something like that. And, you did that with, I was the champion for 443 days with Paul Heyman by my side. Sound familiar? Because I know you were the champion for like 735 years, but just because you did it longer does not mean you did it better. Like, they went at each other. And at the end of it, Roman Reigns is like, I can choose you because you're biggest star on the roster. I could choose you because you're the champion and it'd be a hell of a draw. But no, I'm choosing you because I hate you and I've always hated you.
Ooh.
Like it was a fire promo.
And it was, if people didn't have their tickets beforehand, I guarantee you they were online trying to find tickets
Oh yeah.
to Las Vegas.
Oh yeah. Like this was one of those Raws that just went by. Like it was gone. And I enjoyed every minute of it. I think this was the perfect way to end the show. Raw solid A. Maybe borderline A plus.
It was a good show.
That's going to bring us to everybody's favorite segment of the show. It's time for Notes from the Clown Show. No, he didn't do the thing. That's okay. He didn't have to do the thing. Let's talk about Notes from the Clown Show.
Oh shit.
He did the thing.
Yeah, he did.
All right, so I would like to say to start this off, Tony Khan, you, sir, are a clown. Why do I say that? What the hell? Darby Allin put into a body bag.
Yes.
This is nothing new.
No.
Putting Darby Allin in a body bag, nothing new. Don't have a problem with it. But then putting him in a trunk and driving him out to the desert and leaving him there. What are we doing? Don't tell me cinema.
No, this is beyond cinema. This is bullshit, is what it is. It is silly. It is stupid. And okay, everybody's got their flavor of ice cream when it comes to wrestling, and I'm going to tell you my flavor of ice cream real quick. My flavor of ice cream is
Neapolitan, isn't it? You look like a Neapolitan.
silence. My flavor of ice cream for wrestling is, does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
One, does it make sense? Having a crime filmed does not make sense. You know,
I don't disagree.
but my deal is question everything. And if it's lazy, how can we not make it lazy? How can we make it make sense?
This is what I'm saying about, Tony Khan took the pencil back. And you can tell.
No, he didn't take the pencil back. He found crayons.
Well, and he doesn't even do well with it. He needs a big chief pad and the fat crayons. And it's not working. But you know what's even more clowny than that?
No.
You remember way, way, way back, like 6 minutes ago, when we were talking about Gunther and Dragon Lee?
Mm-hmm.
You remember we said he like 20, 25 seconds worth of fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was this thing that happened on Wednesday, you see. See, Raw was on Monday.
Yeah.
That was earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was this thing that happened on Wednesday where Brody King was going up against the champion, MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He's better than you, and you know it, except for very similar thing happened where Brody King threw him in a headlock. And you would think the champion would fight out of the headlock. No, 5 seconds. 5 whole seconds of getting sleeper put on,
Done.
and MJF was dead. 5 seconds. 5. Dragon Lee fought for 20, 25 seconds. And it's odd to me how that was the same thing that happened on
And a similar size difference in the people.
That's very true. And before we get into the last thing, I should let you know that the Notes from the Clown Show brought to you tonight by the color or by the number purple. See,
She knows.
Now the last thing, which is going to take us into our last segment. There was an F-Ice chant. I'm trying to keep it somewhat family friendly, so I'm not going to say the word, but ICE chant
Mm-hmm.
that went on during AEW. And there was a tweet put out by the referee of that match saying, I heard a rumor that the referee held off ringing the bell so that could, reverb through the crowd. Oops. Don't do that. Don't and I'll explain why in just a minute, but there's no play.
Okay,
Woosah.
time out. Patrick, if you're ready, we're going to go ahead and switch gears. We're getting out of the clown show.
We're not
and
switching gears. We are
grinding gears.
And we're going to take our grinding gears straight off of our last topic of clown show. I'm going to tell you right now. So, talking about the FI's chant, do not, under any form, frame, or fashion, put politics in my wrestling. I watch wrestling because everything else is politics. It's in the TV shows, it's all the news, it's this and that, it's all these other things.
I'm 220% with you.
Like, seriously, I mean, wrestling is an escape. We say it all the time for BCW. It's, it's a couple of hours to get away from all the things, all the stresses. And I don't think anybody else would disagree that politics stress me out.
They do.
People use wrestling to escape it. Exactly. Why bring politics into it? Why? And Tony Khan, Mike, cover your eyes. That's for you, Tony. I'm just saying. I can't. Politics.
Number next thing?
Brett. Royal Rumble haters. Royal Rumble haters are another problem. Here's what we get. We get people that say, Triple H said we were going to get lots of surprises, and I wasn't surprised by nothing. Okay. You had Brie Bella. You had NXT stars just killing. Absolutely killing. But that's not a surprise to me.
You had Royce Keys.
Yep, Royce Keys came back. See, I'm going to need the guy to handle something. Apparently the gears are still going. Hold on. 1 second. I'm waiting for the guy to tell me he's got it fixed.
Ricky Tick.
You might text him real quick. Everybody's still hearing the gears. Thank you. Appreciate you, Patrick. Okay. Now, what I was saying, Royal Rumble haters, I can't stand them. I don't. There's no surprises. They said there's going to be surprises, and there was no surprises. Yes, there was. There was Brie Bella. You had Royce Keys. You had Brock Lesnar not eliminating everyone. You had Braun Breaker eliminated first. I mean, you had all sorts of things going on.
Shut up. Enjoy the damn show.
Exactly. And there's a lot of people that feel like the Royal Rumble wasn't what it was supposed to be. And it's all because their person didn't win, or They thought it should have been like this. I thought LA Knight should have won the Royal Rumble, but do you hear me out here going, I'm not going to watch the Royal Rumble no more because LA Knight didn't win the Royal Rumble? No, it was a good show. Did it go the way I wanted it to? No, but that's the joy of watching wrestling.
To be able to sit back, look at everything, and go, okay, I didn't see it the way I thought it should have been. Oh well, turn the page.
I thought Bianca Belair was going to win the Women's Royal Rumble, and she didn't even show up. Do you hear me going, that's stupid, Triple H? No. I'm interested to see where they're going to go with Liv, and I can't wait till Bianca does come back because I know there's going to be some cool things there. But am I going to stop watching because she didn't win the Rumble? No. As Mike said, sit back, shut up, and watch the show. All of you internet whining community people. And finally, talking about internet whining people, Dave Meltzer. You sorry sack of excrement. I don't like Dave Meltzer. I don't think there's anybody here that doesn't know that.
Yeah. We refer to Dave Meltzer as John Smith, and if everybody knows John Smith, that guy.
Exactly. That guy. With the talent they have on these rosters, the era of 10 or 15 legends in the Rumble is over. Absolutely it is. Like going back to the Rumble thing, having all of these, surprise legends show up, those days are not there anymore. J-Rev saying if I wanted predictable shows, I'd still watch Days of Our Lives. Like sands through the hourglass. Dave Meltzer. So apparently Dave Meltzer was watching Raw. And came on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, to let everybody know he turned off the main event promo segment because, and get this, the crowd was chanting and he thought it was ridiculous. They were doing the Roman Reigns. They were doing that. He thought it was ridiculous, turned it off. The most fire promo of the year thus far. Granted, we're only in February, but thus far, probably the best promo cut this year. He turned it off because the crowd was chanting.
Okay. One, you can't control what a crowd does. Yes, Roman Reigns is going to stop what he's doing and soak it in for a second and then divert to get back to where he needed to be.
Well, he heard Tony coming. That's what it was. He's like, oh, I better turn this shit off. Here comes Tony. That's what it was.
Yeah. It was like he was texting his girlfriend and his wife was in the other room.
Exactly. Janine Wade saying, if you're not on the story team, do you really have anything to complain about? You're right. You're absolutely right. But Dave Meltzer is a 5-star asshole.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I've said it. Clip it. Put it out to the world. I don't care. Dave Meltzer, I don't. There's a whole rant online about what I think about Dave Meltzer.
So, Dave Meltzer likes Japanese wrestling.
Where the crowd does this.
The Japanese wrestling, the crowd will sit on their hands and respectfully just watch.
It is respectful. I mean, you're absolutely right on that.
And that's one of the flavors of ice cream thing we were talking about earlier, which I'll get to later. But why? Why cut something off whenever you're a reporter and you have a duty, regardless if you like the man or not? He has made a living printing out all kinds of crap.
Lying to people.
But he has a career doing it. He's an alleged reporter, and people tune in to hear what he has to say.
He is on the same level for me as Vince Russo.
He has a duty to watch shit and to watch shit thoroughly so he can make sure to report on it properly.
I agree. I agree.
So him doing that is basically having a slap in the face.
Yes, Jello is correct.
You're not wrong. But it's a slap in the face to the people because he's not giving things a chance. He's not Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette will fast forward through something because he doesn't like it. But Jim Cornette's not putting out a newsletter every week.
No, he's putting out a podcast and saying bad things about Dave Meltzer because Jim Cornette's a smart man.
But all in all, that's, Dave, grow the fuck up.
And for Dave, this is for you. Now, those are the things that grind my gears. And that brings us to our 9:30 hour. So I do want to say thank you to everybody. And since we've come to that part of the show, it is time, Mike Caldwell, for the people listening, the people watching, the people in the chat, and the wrestling world in general. What are your final thoughts? The floor is yours.
Okay. You mentioned flavors of ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Flavors of ice cream. With wrestling, you have something for everybody. AEW is not my thing. New Japan's not my thing. The WWE is my thing, for the most part. Especially in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Because there are ways that they go about things, and they're reassessing everything. They're asking, is it lazy? And if it's not, if it's lazy, let's go ahead and try to figure out how to make it not lazy and how to make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's my style. That's my flavor of ice cream. Not to, we on this podcast, we talk about our flavor of ice cream.
We do.
But if your flavor of ice cream is having people throw imaginary hand grenades in somebody's pants, okay, so be it. It's wrestling. And that's one of the things, that's the beauty about wrestling, is it can bring people together one way, shape, or form or another.
Absolutely.
No matter your flavor of ice cream, it's still ice cream. So with that, let's put all the other crap aside and let's all be wrestling fans.
I couldn't agree more. I think we should all be fans of wrestling. I think we should all give the middle finger to Dave Meltzer. And damn you, because now I want some ice cream. My final thoughts. All joking and everything aside, it is a good time to be a wrestling fan. And I don't care what level of wrestling it is, whether it's WWE or AEW or GCW, all the way down to your local independents. It is a wonderful time to be a fan of professional wrestling. And I know that within 50 miles of you, there is wrestling to watch. As a matter of fact, what is today? The 5th?
Mm-hmm.
So 9 days from today, WWE is going to be right here in Lubbock, Texas. So it's right. That's right here for us. Then they're going to go to Dallas. They're going to San Antonio. It's going all over the place. AEW, lots of shows in Dallas. Just in our area, we've got BCW, Squared Circle Pro, South Plains Championship Wrestling, Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101, Rampage Wrestling. And that's just this area of West Texas. That's not getting into Dallas, Austin, Houston, San Antonio, none of that. That's just our little corner of West Texas.
Mm-hmm. There
is always going to be some wrestling to watch. And I suggest anytime you get the opportunity to see it live, 100% do it. It's my drug. I'm always excited to be a part of it and to be at a show. So I can't express enough how important it is to go check out your local independent wrestling any chance you get. With that, I do want to say, Mike, thank you for being on the show tonight. It's always a pleasure having you on. I want to say thank you to everybody that's been in the chat. Are we going to see any NIAM signs on Raw? You just might. Thank you to everybody that's in the chat. Thank you to everybody that's watching, everybody that's listening. I do hope to see everybody in the watch along tomorrow night. Guys, thank you so much. You are the reason I do this. You give me a platform to hang out with you guys and talk wrestling. I love each and every one of you for it. I think that's about going to do it for us. So until tomorrow night for the watch along, I'm Guapo. That's Mike Caldwell. We're not your average marks. See y'all next time. Yeah.